Hello everyone and welcome back to the Look What I Found series. Today we have the DAREU, I don't know how you say it, A960 Storm. This is the KB24 or Kobe Bryant 24 edition of the mouse. It usually comes in just black. I saw on AliExpress for $40. So this is essentially a clone of the G403, but the differences are that the right side here doesn't go out as far, and also the hump is lower. So it actually feels good. Feels good for claw compared to the G403. So let's go ahead and take a quick overview of it, and I'll give you my first impressions of the mouse. Okay, so the mouse itself weighs 66 grams with a little bit of cable, which is not bad for a mouse that doesn't have any holes. As I said before, this is the Kobe Bryant edition, as can be seen by the color scheme of purple and yellow for the Lakers. The top shell and the base are glossy, while the midsection here is actually matte. And that actually feels good to hold in the hand, especially when my hand gets sweaty. It makes it a lot easier to grip the mouse on the sides, so it's not going to slip away from you. One strange thing I do have to note, this is the box here, is that the box smelled a little funny when it got here. And the closest thing I can compare it to is jalapenos. Yes, I'm not kidding when I say that. I don't know, just something weird I needed to point out, I guess. But yeah, this is the box. This is what the mouse looks like in black. Nothing too special. Moving on to the main buttons, both the left and the right initially were very, very stiff, and they still are. The left one is still fairly stiff compared to the right. The right isn't as much. Both have very little pre-travel and acceptable post-travel, and they do both have pretty noticeable side-to-side wobble. The left one more so than the right, but still both are pretty, I would say, unacceptable for my standards. Pre-travel is pretty good. Click, post. It seems that the right button has a little bit more pre-travel. Not terrible. The left mouse button has a loud feedback when you release it. If you hear, let me do the right first so you can hear it. And then now the left, so you hear like a little clunk, kinda. Don't know if you can hear that, but yeah, it feels weird pressing it, and I don't like that feedback. The scroll wheel is light and loose in terms of feel, and I would compare it to the G Pro Wireless, the original G Pro Wireless, in terms of design. If you take a look at it, it actually kind of looks like the new super light wheel as well, with the sidewall being colored. The middle mouse button is louder and more tactile than the G Pro Wireless though. It's probably using a normal switch as opposed to the buttons, the small square buttons. There's not much tactility there, but you can feel the scroll steps. As far as design, I personally like the way it looks with the arrows going down and the yellow sidewall. Actually, this entire yellow and purple theme looks really nice to me. I don't care too much for flashy looking mice, but this doesn't look bad with the purple cable and the accents on the mouse. Moving on to the skates, they did have a film over them, which are kind of hard to detect at first. So if you weren't paying attention, you would not know that there's film over them because they're clear. But the skates themselves glide pretty decent for stock, and most likely not being PTFE. They're scratchy, but with time, I can see them wearing in nicely. Surprisingly, not bad for stock skates. I don't think you'll find a replacement pair for this mouse. So if you do plan to buy and mod this mouse, make sure to keep the skates, unless you just shave down the base and use other skates you have laying around. But yeah, not bad for stock skates. Next up are the side buttons, which are not good. Like straight out of the box, they're not good. They are noisy and have unacceptable post-travel. They go into the body quite a bit. They feel and sound hollow, but the only saving grace is that their placement and size are pretty good. So pre-travel is not bad. It could be better. Let's click. Now watch what happens when I go deeper. It goes way in there, look at that. I am in the body, as you can see. They'll do the job. For the price, they're fine, I guess, but I would not main this mouse if side buttons are important to you. So the black version of this mouse has working RGB, and I want to say that this one also has RGB, but I cannot get it to work no matter what I've tried. I can see that the LED strips are here, right? And then in the body as well, but there's no way to turn them on. I'm pretty sure there's LEDs in the PCB, but I've tried downloading the software, reinstalling the drivers, nothing would turn on the RGB lights. I did reach out to the manufacturer to see if they could help me or figure out if it does have RGB. I would assume if this did not have RGB that they would take away the strips or like color over them or something. But as of now, the RGB does not work until I get an answer from the manufacturer. Or if you know a way to make it work, let me know. The cable is just okay. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. Not very flexible, right? Again, my philosophy is if you have a mouse bungee, the cable doesn't really matter. And that's more so for stiff cables like this one. On a scale of 1 through 10, I would give this cable probably a 5 or a 6 in terms of quality and flexibility. I would suggest swapping out the cable with a paracord, something a little bit more flexible. But if you have a mouse bungee, it's no big deal. The build quality is okay for the price, but pressing up from the bottom actuates the side buttons, DPI, and I believe also the left and right mouse buttons as well. So listen here. And then pressing up here as well. That is activating the side buttons and the DPI button all at the same time. I don't know if you can hear the distinct clicks. So yeah, there's that. And when you put pressure on the sidewall, you'll see that the side buttons also go with the sidewall. That's actually new. I didn't know it could do that. So side flex allows the buttons to be pressed. Looking at it overall though, it doesn't feel flimsy like other mice of this price range usually do. If this mouse cost maybe $30, I would say it's a good purchase. But 40 to 50, I would say a little bit much. Now the sensor in here is actually the PMW 3389, and for my short time using it, it's fine. There's no complaints. I didn't have any issues. There's nothing really to complain there. So all in all, for $40, if you're looking for something to just mess around with or to give to a friend who's not really into PC gaming or that much into having a serious gaming mouse, this is not a bad option for $40. And with the 3389, that looks even better in my eyes. This colorway is nice too, especially if you're a sports fan, more of like Kobe Bryant, basketball, you know. Otherwise, just get the black one. Would I recommend this though? No, there are better mice out there with better quality and cable and buttons. But if you got the $40 to spend, I mean, go ahead, doesn't hurt. I bought this on AliExpress. I'll have the link down in the description, and I'll also have the links for the drivers, the software for this mouse, and also a teardown of the mouse that was done by somebody else. All right, so that's it for this one. Let me know what you thought about it. Is this something you probably pick up or just skip altogether? So yeah, that's it for this one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.